Hey y'all, we're back. We got our technical difficulties taken care of and we're ready to rock and roll. So, what we're doing today on our live is a hot oil treatment. This is Aisha. I'm Shanique. We're of Brown Girls Hair. You can Google that and find us everywhere. I show moms how to take care of their daughter's hair. And today, what we're doing is a hot oil treatment before I shampoo her hair. She is out of school for what is this, winter break, and I wanted to show you guys because I said last week that I would
not working sideways.
It's not. Oh.
Hold it up straight.
So I said last week that I would show you guys how we do a hot oil treatment. So that's what we're doing.
Somebody said hello from Cali.
Hey from Cali. Thanks for joining us today. We know it's a Friday, like in the middle of a Friday, so a lot of people are at work or doing whatever, trying to get their weekend started. Well, what we're doing over here is hair. So before I start with her hot oil treatment, I want to kind of tell you why we do it. We do it for several reasons. If you have dry hair, a hot oil treatment will be something that you want to try because it helps soften the hair. It helps the hair to retain moisture, and it also helps with blood circulation of your scalp. If you massage your scalp with the oil, it helps with dandruff. And the ingredients that my oils have, hey y'all, my oils have
natural hair care.
Cool. So glad to have you and glad that you love natural hair. We do too. And so, it's okay, Anaya. I'm trying to be focused right now on the facts that I'm giving them about the hot oil. So, what was I saying? It's good for the scalp, and it's also great for hair growth. And the oils that I use in my particular oil are great not only for the hair, but they are good for the skin as well. They absorb in the skin well. And one of my main ingredients that's in my oil is aloe oil, which has proteolytic enzymes in it, which is good for healing properties. It repairs skin cells on the scalp. It helps with hair growth, reduces dandruff, prevents itching, and it also makes your hair smooth and shiny. So my oil is Kisse Girl, kissegirl.com. You can check that out on the website, and that's what I'm going to be using on her hair. So I've already done the right side, so now I'm going to show you guys live the left side. So you can see these two sides are done. I've kind of bonded them up. And what I'm going to do now is show you live. I guess we'll do the rear here because I think it's more visible than the front right now. So, of course, you always want to work in sections. So I divided her hair into 4 sections. And because I'm going to be washing it, I've also divided the 4 sections into individual sections so that once I take her to the sink, then I can wash it one section at a time to make sure that her scalp is clean. Okay, so since I have this section, I'll put your head down just a bit. What I do is to heat my oil up. I don't put the oil itself in the microwave because heating the actual oil up, it kills the nutrients that are in the oil. So you don't want to heat your oil in the microwave, like put the oil itself in the microwave or put the oil itself in a double boiler. What I like to do is I'll take a big measuring cup and I'll put this into the microwave. This has about 4 quarts of water in it, And I'll just take this and put it in the microwave for about 3 minutes, depending on, what type of microwave you have. You may not need to leave it in as long, but you want the water to get nice. 5 minutes or so. You can test the oil by putting it on your hand to see how warm it is, to make sure that it doesn't, burn your scalp when you use it. But the oil doesn't need to be hot per se. It just needs to be warm. Okay? So, first I'm going to part out section of her hair as so. Ow. Sorry, Miss Tenderheaded. Okay. So you're going to section our hair. Hope y'all can see really good here. I'm going to pull this a little closer. If you put in comments, I'm not able to see them right now, but I promise I'm going to come back and answer any questions you have. So if you have any questions, you can leave them. I'll just come back later and answer them once our wash day is over, which will probably be, I'll answer them tomorrow sometime. But you want to make sure that your oil is in a some type of dispenser that makes the process easier. Mine already comes this way. In fact, this is how it comes when it's full and brand new. So what I'm going to do before I start, because I also want to show you guys that you don't have to use a lot of this oil. A little bit goes a long way. So I'm going to mark my bottle so you can see how much oil I have in it before I start. And then at the end, I'll show you the bottle so you can see how much I used on one side of her head. So I'm going to just put the bottle level on the counter and mark it. So this is where we are. Y'all can see my mark right there. See my mark? This is where we are. So when I'm done with this side of her head, I'll show you how much oil it took to do half of her head. Okay, so I'm just going to take my bottle, hold your head down a little bit. I'm going to apply it directly to her scalp. And I'm going to massage that in. You can actually see the oil moving down her scalp, so you'll know if you got all of the little spots. So you do want to massage because that helps with the blood circulation, which also helps with growth. So you're getting like 2 whammies in one. So massage that in. And then I can see the oil absorbing in her. I can actually see where it is on her hair. I know you guys can't, but I can see it. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down just a little ways and add it. And when I get to her ends, I'll focus on that, and I'm going to rub it in. And I'm going to do this process over and over again until I'm done with the section. And you can also feel, like I can feel her hair softening up just by applying the oil on there. And then you always want to focus on the ends. Just put a little drop. You don't need a lot. Just to make sure you coat her ends. All right. So once I'm satisfied, then I'm just going to pull another section down, and I'm going to keep repeating this process. She's tender-headed, so I have to be very gentle with her. And see how her hair like sticks together on the ends? That's how I know she needs a trim. So she'll be getting a trim today. What hurt? Me just touching you? Okay. So she'll be getting a trim today as well. Alright, so I'll just take more oil. Run that on her scalp. Rub it in.
The oil feels really good on my scalp.
It feels warm.
It feels good.
No.
Yes, warm.
Is it warm?
No, but
It should be warm.
it feels good is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to work that in. And sometimes if I feel like maybe I don't feel any under here, I'll divide that section one more time. And make sure I get it. And then I'm focused on her end. So now I'm going to move a little faster since y'all know the process. And I always go on how her hair feels. I can always tell if it's enough product based on how her hair feels to me. So although from you watching, it may not look like I'm getting everything, but I can tell I am by just feeling it.
How many views do we have on each?
Oh, I don't know. I think there are like 8 on YouTube. I think. All right.
Person in the top corner.
So I'm going to kind of comb this through a little bit. Ooh, that's a lot of commenting. I have to read it later. But stay with me. I promise I'll answer you back. Alright, so now I'm going to just finish this section live. And once I finish putting the oil on her hair, I'll knot it up like this side. And then most times, because it takes me a while to do her whole head, half of her head has already been, probably 20-30 minutes. So I'll just let the other half stay on for maybe another 15 minutes once I'm finished. And then we'll go and shampoo. Which I'm not going to do shampooing live because you guys can just go to my free course or YouTube and you can see plenty of our shampooing videos there. But if you want to see our wash day from start to finish with details on teaching you exactly how to do everything from A to B to Z to E, then you can sign up for our free hair care course. It's called Hair Care Methods That Work. And you can get to it by going to our website, browngirlstyle.com. And at the very top, it'll say, you'll see free hair care course. And you just click on that and sign up. And it'll be free for the rest of February. And then I'm taking it down. And it won't be free anymore.
And then you'll have to pay for it?
Absolutely.
How much?
I'm thinking maybe about $20. It'll be probably $20. But it's well worth it. I've had over 2,000 people to already take it.
$20 per month?
No, it's just one course.
Oh, okay.
It has 3 parts, 3 sections, and it's 27 lessons. Part 1 is your basics of hair care. Part 2 is telling you how to have a detangle-free wash day from beginning to end. And then part 3 teaches you how to style for growth. So it teaches you everything about styling the hair, from cornrowing to ponytails to what kind of accessories to use. It covers everything you need to know about taking care of your hair and your daughter's hair, or your niece's hair, or your grandchild's hair, or whoever's hair. Your neighbors might need a little help.
How are you doing that?
So you have a little while to a few more days left to take the course for free. And like I said, it's 27 lessons. So it's not something that I just threw together. It answers all the questions that people ask me all of the time. Like, I'm getting the ends. All right, so have a little bit more to go for this section.
When I think about it, Mama, I feel really sorry for you had to do all this work today.
I know. People just don't understand my pain. This is just part one. We haven't even started to shampoo yet. But hey, we're used to it. It's what we do.
You're used
okay.
to it.
Well, yeah.
Well, we are, I guess, because I have to sit through the process.
All right, y'all. We're working. So if you've come in like now and you're trying to figure out what's going on, I'm doing a hot oil treatment before I shampoo.
I feel like it's oil leaking over here.
Feel like it's oil running?
Yeah, it is.
And this oil that I'm using is actually my own formulation. And it keeps in mind hair care and skin care. So the oils that I chose in my formula are great not only for your hair, but they absorb very well in the skin. So when you use this oil after you take a shower or in place of your lotion, this oil will not stain your sheets. It will absorb right into your skin and your hair, which means that it's doing its job and not sitting on top of your hair or sitting on top of your skin. But the skin absorbs it very well. All right. And I'm going to divide this. I'm going to move a little faster because I promised you guys that I would show you how much oil I used on this whole side. So that means I have to do that other section up there. And if you feel your oil is cooling off, just sit it back in your warm water. Or you may have to put your water back in the microwave, depending on how long it takes you to go through this process. I just set mine back in the back in my measuring cup. Massage that in, and we're going to keep it going. Always make sure you focus on, if nothing else, the scalp and her ends. But you do want to get her hair as well. So I'm just massaging her scalp a little bit more since I'm kind of rushing. All you do is just rub your fingers, the ball of your fingers, use those, and massage the scalp. That helps with the blood circulation. And it also helps get the oil on there. Okay. So real quick, I'm going to, because I'm getting her hair ready to shampoo after I do this. So I'm going to twist it up.
Ow.
Sorry. Whew. Okay, I can kind of talk to y'all now because y'all know what's going on. No, she doesn't have school today. She's actually has been out all week. They are out for winter break here where we live. So that's why we're here doing hair today. She has to go back to school Friday. I mean, Monday, I'm sorry. She has to go back to school Monday. Do we both eat a lot of fruits and vegetables? Fruits and vegetables and water, yes, it's very important. In fact, water is her drink of choice. I'm glad you brought that up because that is very important, especially if you have dry hair. Everything starts from the inside out. So you got to drink water. Lots of water. Lots and lots of water. So with her, like I said, that's her drink of choice. So she drinks a lot of water. So I'm twisting it up because we're going to wash it after this. And the last time we was on live, somebody was saying they wanted to see like the whole process of wash day, and I was like, no, I don't think we can do that live because this is an all day thing, and nobody's gonna be like on live for 6 hours. So what I'll do is I'll come in like through each phase of what I'm doing. Well, not each phase because the class shows you wash day, washing and conditioning, and it shows you blow drying and flat ironing. So I'm not going to do all that today on live, but I will be doing that to her hair today because it's time for her to get a trim, and I only trim her hair when it has been straightened out because we've had nightmares of trying to trim it wet and all that, and because we have so much shrinkage, that does not work for us because it ends up being uneven. So I like to straighten her hair out before I trim it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And I'll come back and show you guys me trimming it live, but that's going to be probably either later on this evening or worst case scenario, I'll have to do it tomorrow depending on how long it takes for me to wash, condition, deep condition, blow dry, and flat iron her hair. So all right. So those of you who think you want long hair or think you want your child to have long hair, please be thankful for whatever type hair she has because long hair is a lot of work. And when I say work, I mean work. It's work. So don't envy anybody because they have a lot of hair because a lot of hair means a lot of work. All right. So this side is done. That section is done. Sorry, they can't hardly see on here. Okay, so I'm going to do this section. And then I'll show you guys how much oil we've used. I'm going to try to go through this a little faster. Let's see. Can YouTube see? Look at YouTube and see if they can see good.
They can see it.
Okay. Attitude is everything. Remember that. You do to me. I can't tell. Alright. Make sure you get those edges. So important. The hairline. If you have issues with the hairline, massage, massage, massage. This oil that I'm using also has some vitamin. One of the oils is a huge carrier of vitamin E. So vitamin E is also very good for the hair and hair growth. You can even buy just straight vitamin E oil and use that. Yeah, I can't stand on this little section. I know YouTube is kind of hard for y'all to see, but doing my best. And I'm gonna go ahead and plait this. So those of you who are tuning in now, where are you from? Where are you guys watching from? Are you at work? Are you on the bus? Are you in Atlanta? New York? London? Where you at? Where you at? Wisconsin, San Antonio, Texas. Cool. Awesome. California at home. Home is the best place to be. London, UK. My British friends. Let's see. Cool. So glad you guys are joining us live on YouTube and Facebook over here. Facebook is kind of quiet today, but they usually catch me on the replay. Housewife in St. Lucia. Yes, I wish I could be on some water right now. Yes, girl, yes. Y'all got any big plans for the weekend? Anybody seen Black Panther yet? We still haven't seen it yet. We're thinking about going tomorrow. Alright. What's wrong with you? Hold your head up. Hold your head up.
Did you hear me?
Not listening to you right now. Okay, we'll enjoy both of us. How often do you seem to trim her ends? Okay, my philosophy on this is really starting to change because I'm noticing that autism and fitting sessions all weekend. Oh, well, I hope that goes well. But I was asked, haven't yet heard it's great. Oh, okay. Yeah, I heard it's great too. I can't wait to see it myself. There's so much buzz about it. And I think it's awesome that it's making so much history now. I think that's great. But I was asked how often do I trim her ends? And last year, I think we trimmed only twice. And I'm finding that I think it's better to trim a little more often than that. Because just like now, like it's time for her trim now. The last trim we did was, I want to say August of last year. So that's been what, like 5 months? September, October, November, September. Yeah. So, and the way her ends are now, like with them sticking together, it's been too long, obviously. So I talked with a my aunt, a relative who owns like a hair salon up in Pennsylvania. Shout out to San. And she was telling me that really I should not go no longer than 8 weeks trimming her ends. So, and a trim is a trim, not a haircut. Just trimming the ends to keep them healthy and to make sure they aren't splitting and stuff. So I'm reevaluating how I've been doing it because I've been only doing it maybe like twice a year. And I really feel like just based on how her ends are, see, look, see how they stick together? They shouldn't be sticking together like that. So that means I'm waiting too long in between to trim them. So, like I said, I'm reevaluating that. Professionals say sit every 6 to 8 weeks. 6 weeks seems kind of like often, but I guess that would determine, I guess you have to determine it based on the health of your ends. Like, look at the ends. And if they need a little trimming, a trim is a trim. It's not a cut. You're just cutting the bad ends off. And I kind of agree. You don't want to do it too often, like not like every week or every 2 weeks, because it's not necessary. But I mean, the healthier your ends, the better, right? Because your hair won't be breaking with split ends and stuff like that. So I don't know. We're gonna try to do this more often. Maybe. And see, the reason why I also didn't like to trim that often is because I like to trim her hair when it's straightened. And I don't want to be straightening her hair every, 6 to 8 weeks. So, or every other month at that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll start doing it like once a quarter, 4 times a year. So, this is the first quarter, February. So the next time I think I should trim it based on, I will monitor her ends to determine that. But it'll probably be, it's February, January. Okay, so maybe May, February, March, maybe 3 months. I don't know. I'll have to see. But I'll keep you posted on that. All right, y'all. So I'm putting a little bit more oil on her ends right here. So I'm about finished. And I'm showing y'all how much oil I used. Finished every 4 months. Yeah, something like that. More often. See, that's twice as much as I've been doing it. So that would be more often for us. Hold your head up. Alright, so done with this section. And I'm just twisting it around. Alright, so I'm going to let this oil stay in since we just finished this. This probably has been in for a good hour, I know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a plastic cap, put it over it. And for the sake of this side, maybe let it sit for like 15 minutes. You can also, if you want, take a wet towel and put it in the microwave for a little while and warm it up and put it around the hair for a little extra oomph to the warmthness. And we're going to leave that and let her sit for about 15 minutes, and then we're going to go shampoo her hair. So let me show you guys how much oil I used. Oh, the mark was right here. No, y'all can't see it no more. Let me put it back on there so I can see where it was, but y'all probably can't. So now you can see how much oil I use for one side of her hair. Maybe let me try this book.
Somebody asked a question. They can see it, Mommy.
I don't know, because it seems like it's shaking.
They can
Hold on.
see
Let it go. Let it go. Oh, y'all asking me a bunch of stuff at the same time. Can y'all see? That's how much I used on that half of her head. Not much at all. I know this is the Jabez book. Let me hold it level. As level as I can. Alright, so a little goes a long way. And that's it for this section. So we'll come back. You can see as well. Okay, good. Thank you, Tiffany. Alright, guys, so we'll come back I'll come back later on this evening just to let y'all know where we are in this process. And then if I'm at the point of trimming, we'll show you guys that live tonight. How long we leave the oil in. Like, I'm going to leave it in on this side for like 10 minutes or so, because the other side has already been done for about an hour. And so since we have a long day ahead of us, I'm just going to leave it in a few more minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and shampoo. All right, Jamon. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you for supporting our channel. I see your comments all the time. Yep, you're welcome. So we'll see you guys in a few hours later on tonight. Catch you later. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to leave your comments. I'll come back and answer them.